The spirit grins as he sees you, a grin that contains madness, or something as close to it as makes no difference.
So, are you a servant to the king, here to bring me back?
Shake your head. Say you are. He won't be waiting long. Consume the spirit's source. Back away from him. No, I'm not.
He laughs bitterly.
I've got time. I can wait.
Okay. Spirit of a Black Ring Reaver.
The Aeteran. It spoke to me. Called me to it. But I can't sense it anymore. Where is it? Oh, where could it be?
The spirit gazes around, clearly looking for something, but does not register your presence at all.
Well, I'm just gonna
As you
consume you
drink
real
in her
quick.
shadowy power, she looks directly at you for the first time, seeming to recognize something in you that frightens, nay, terrifies her.
You're worse than Sallow.
Whoever that might be. Another defiler. Let's talk to him.
The spirit sways from foot to foot, as if dazed from a fist fight. He looks right through you, hollow eyes empty and endless, the fugilin color of the void. The tiniest glimmer of light flickers in them, then dies out.
Look deeper into his eyes. Seek the source of the flicker. Sure, let's do that.
Gazing into his eyes, you see the tiny spark of source flicker again. Catching it like a pearl, you see a reflection on its surface. The spirit as a younger man. You see him joining the Black Ring, zealous and proud.
Burnish the pearl. Look closer.
You see his commander, a shadowy, horrifying figure that seems to flit in and out of existence. You see the recruit's determined eyes, heading for battle with the Magisters. You see him captured by Dallis, chained and leashed. You see him deep in a cave, using source to break through a magical barrier, trying, failing, trying again, failing in exhaustion. The source pearl you gaze into grows dark and disappears. You are left with the endless blackness, blacker than black, of the spirit's depthless eyes.
Okay, let's consume the spirit's source.
The spirit gazes through you as you pull the source from his very soul. He is calm, and this calm is terrifying, infinitely cold. Chittering, the whispers of the void creep around the edges of his source. And all of a sudden, it's over. The spirit disappears. All that remains is a vaguely unpleasant aura, and the feeling that there is more in this universe than you could ever possibly hope to understand.
Okay. Now let's see. What else do we have in here? There's a well-worn chest. Let's keep looting, I suppose. A grenade and some arrows. Empty bottles. Scrolled instructions. Let's read them. To all concerned with the cave dig, only those with authorization may enter the cave and proceed to the dig site. Do not attempt to travel to the dig alone. In the first antechamber, you must await the blind guide. He and only he may guide you through our defenses. Failure to observe this instruction will result in your death and a great deal of inconvenience for Our Lady Dallis. You may decide for yourself which is worse. R. Yeah, let's pick that up. Inkpot and quill, sure, why not? Another one of those. A bottle of beer. There's a letter somewhere. Also a book, let's read it real quick. You don't have to stand here, you know? There was a great need then, unfathomable forces of darkness. Forces so great the seven themselves could not hold them at bay. Began to gather like storm clouds over a great realm. And so they made a decision. They would put their differences, their rivalries, their pride aside and join in a single avatar. One who could unite their powers into a single almighty force of order and good. Lucian was chosen from among those summoned. Lucian the worthy. Lucian the holy. 7 times divine was he, and yet still he fell. Now is this just a hot air cloud or something? What's going on here? What is... Explosion cloud? What the hell? Explosion cloud, there's more, huh? There's a torch, let's turn that off. Is that making the cloud so volatile? Why do you keep taking damage? Damn clouds. Okay, let's quickly rest back up. That's still an explosion cloud. And there's something in this burning thing. I'll quickly run there. Potatoes? A sack of potatoes is causing all this trouble. I don't know if it is, but okay, can we just extinguish whatever is making this cloud so damn volatile? I mean, this is out now. Is this still an explosion cloud? Explosion cloud. This is back on. What the hell is causing this cloud? God damn, okay. Let's see. On the origin of Lucian, let's pick that up. A rotten disembodied hand. Pick that up as well. Coin purse, I'll just take it. You don't have to stand in there. Usually you avoid that stuff. I'll just pick up the letter and read it somewhere else. Come on, follow me outside of this weird cloud. Okay. Is this books and keys? Yes. That's the letter. Let's quickly read it. Vor, Grammary et al. The order needs you to dig deep in your own reserves and energy, yes, but more importantly in the caves at the black pits. Use the black ring for the most dangerous work. They are expendable. You know what we seek, and you know how important it is for all of us. Do not fail me, Dallas. Okay, let's go back to equipment real quick, because whom did I send it to? Did I send it to you? The boots? Ah, okay, hold on though. It's level 16. That might be an issue. Let's quickly see. What might that affect? Dodging maybe? Movement? That all went higher. I don't think any of our stats actually went down. So maybe it really is just the weapons. Okay. Okay. That's fine then. Some gold, I guess. I don't think the silent watchers are gonna have much. Maybe a crossbow. Oh, some arrows actually. I'll take it. Source hound. Some giblets. Okay. Anything behind that door? Spirit of a prisoner.
Her hands clasped together, the spirit of a woman mumbles silent prayers to herself. Unseen hands force her to her knees. Her lips move more rapidly. There's a faint sound next to you, like an echo. The metallic rasp of a sword being unsheathed.
Try to lay a comforting hand on top of her own.
Your hand passes through the spirit, but with a little resistance. For a moment, you connect with her.
Okay.
The woman's spirit seems to sense it also. She looks up, oddly serene, and locks eyes with you. Her lips part to say something.
Am I dead? Are you a god?
Not yet.
An echoing swish heralds a blur of silver passing through the spirit's neck, back to front. Her head topples forward, followed by the rest of her a brief moment later.
Damn, okay. Is that rat just carrying blood trails all over the place? That's wonderful. Another spirit of a prisoner.
The spirit of an elven woman holds her palms upward. A hesitant, peacemaking gesture, she steps forward. And suddenly jerks to a halt. One of her hands moves to her stomach. It comes away, coated in a silvery spectral blood. She looks right through you, to her murderer. Her expression drowns in confusion and shock. Her knees buckle. She drops to the floor, soundlessly.
I don't know how to feel about consuming the spirits. I don't know what the implications of that are. So, outwardly hostile people that die and, you know, end up having spirits here. I don't have any qualms about consuming them, but just innocent people like that? I don't know.
The spirit of a man cowers on the floor of the cell, his head tucked down. An unseen hand yanks his head up by the hair. His wide, panicked eyes find his tormentor. His lips part to plead. But before he can, a slash opens across his throat. Ghostly silver sprays forth. His eyes bulge. He clutches his hands around his neck and pitches forward to the ground, twitching.
Damn, okay.
The spirit of a dwarf raises his fists against an unseen foe. He silently curses at them and throws a punch.
I'll stand my ground.
He lunges through you. No impact, just a passing chill right to the marrow. The spirit pivots, sensing another assailant. He draws a fist back again, and suddenly freezes, his back arching in silent agony. He sinks to his knees, otherworldly silver blood blossoming from a wound between his shoulder blades.
I'll take my leave. Do you have anything on you? It's not like you need it anymore. But they were probably looted, let's be real. A rotten arm. Letter from R. I'll quickly try to read that one too. Letter from R. Madam, I cannot help you with this request, despite the sum of gold that you offered. The White Magister is too heavily guarded, and I would have little opportunity to put my skills to use against him. I would recommend that you leave the region before he seeks to imperil you further. Your humble servant, R. That's unfortunate. Let's take a look at consumables for a bit, because we've amassed a decent amount of body parts. So let's just, you know, consume them as Fane once he takes on the elven form. There we go. So we learn a bit more about the people that used to possess these bodies, including but not limited to a void-tainted torso.
You fall into another memory. You emerge from the crystalline caves, past the orange rubble jutting from the ground, and rise above a shimmering lake. Surrounding the lake is a throng of figures, your worshippers, our worshippers. They will deliver your rightful power to you. You will be as gods. The mob drops to its knees as one. The shimmering lake, once placid, begins to boil and bubble, draining source from every supplicant. The past fades into the present. You see through your own eyes once again.
Interesting. Next up, we have a bloodied arm, streaked with filth and rust-colored blood. This severed arm is no longer any good to its previous owner. Let's eat that.
You sought escape, but something stalked you. You fled. It followed. You came across a pile of bones. In that moment, you knew that this would be your fate.
Unfortunate. Like the things popping up on screen after consuming something. Okay, bloodied arm. Streaked with filth and rust-colored blood. This severed... Okay, is that... Okay, no, all 5 toes, check. An attached leg. Disembodied hand. On the hand, there is a lot to be said for picking... on the one hand, there is a lot to be said for picking disembodied limbs off the ground and stowing them in your rucksack. On the other hand, oh, there isn't one. And this is unidentified flesh. Okay, let's start with the bloodied arm.
You are a young elf, very young. Still, the memories of eons dance inside you. You watch them like a play behind your eyelids. You are asleep in your family home when Roost's people steal in like a plague. A hand over your mouth, a hurried journey through the forests. You won't tell Roost how to find the others. The end comes quick.
Alright. Next up, the disembodied foot. It looks more like a leg, to be honest. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let's eat it.
They tried to hide you. They put you in a cellar. They put you in a cave. They put you in the hills. They put you in a pit. In the end, Roost found you anyway. He tried to find your memories by drilling a hole in your skull. It didn't work, but you were finally free.
Okay. I mean, Roost is dead. As far as I know, that was the guy from the wolves, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not good with names, so I might be wrong here, but I think he's dead. Disembodied hand.
You are running through a barren landscape. Brambles and weeds scratch at your ankles. Your heart is pumping acid, but you can't stop. Something catches you around the chest and you fall. The roughed ground scrapes burns into the flesh of your bare arms, your knees, your face, you as you skid to a stop. Footsteps approach. That's the Scion, a rough voice calls. Kill him.
Oh wow, that was a relatively important person then. Unidentified flesh, let's see if it yields a memory. No, it's just flesh. Okay, then we have a rotten disembodied hand. Let's see if that still holds memories or if they have decayed at this point. Are you gonna say it? Okay, no, the memories are gone. Okay. Well, then the rotten arm we can drop as well. There we go. Thane, I'm gonna turn you back into an undead. There we go. I think we're done in here. Let's quickly check. No, looted and looted. There's a pile of body parts with some intestines. Great. Love that. Absolutely fantastic. There's a tooth. Oh, there's a severed hand. This one isn't rotten yet. Let's bring Thane back to the elven form. There we go. And... oh, it's a head, not a hand. Well, let's eat it anyways. Don't watch, spirit of whoever this head belonged to.
You shut your eyes tight. Sheer terror courses through you, cut short by a length of razor-sharp steel passing through your neck. Your surroundings somersault around you. You find yourself lying on your side, gazing up at the curious sight of your own decapitated body teetering off its knees to the floor. Everything grows dark.
That must be extremely surreal if that happens to you. Like, that's something I've thought about before. Just the, you know, the experience of getting decapitated must be insanely strange. Like, that sounds just absolutely baffling. There's some packages we could pick up, but it looks like that's just... no, that's... can we open them? Oh, that's heavy, huh? Okay. Let's go to all. Sort by last picked up. Can we open the package or do I just drop it again? Oh, useless. Okay. Well, if the game says it's useless, I'm just gonna believe it. And where do we head next? Now, heading out front might be a bad idea because of the shriekers. What else? What else do we have to do? This we have opened before. We could go up here. Is it best to go there from... yes, it's best to go there from the you know, from the graveyard. Let's go back to the stone garden. Also go up here onto the tower, since we now know more about this ritual, though personally it's been a while for me. So I've already forgotten things about that again, but the game remembers, I hope. And we can speak to animals now, which is nice. Let's see. Up we go. Oh, there's spirits of dwarves. There's Featherfall.
We died glorious deaths.
Let's talk to the spirits first.
You watch yourself. There's a voice whispering promises to the dead around here.
Okay.
Word is that they'll be walking about with flesh on their bones again if they send you to the Hall of Echoes.
What did you do? Ask why anyone would want you dead.
You're God-woken, ain't you? You've a certain something about your aura.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. But someone out there's got it in for you and everyone like you.
Alright, I'll take my leave.
We were picked off by spies.
Two dwarven spirits at loggerheads.
I recognize the lass. The royal guard had come to Bon Neffen, right on the sea. The poor, they were disappearing off the streets. The lass spoke out. The guard wanted her silent.
Reach into the argument, share their memories with Beast.
In a flash, you are both of them, brother and sister. Your feminine side is a rebel, rising up against the tyrannical queen. Your masculine side is a royalist, loyal to the monarch he loves. As the brother, you rescue your sister from the pikes of the royal guard. Together, you flee across the sea to the melting pot of Driftwood and Reaper's Coast. But in Driftwood, you visit the lizard.
Yeah, we're all curious from time to time. I don't blame him a bit. Sometimes you've got to let loose the beast.
You are the sister, and you know that something is wrong. You climb the stairs to rescue your brother, and find him fighting for his life against the dwarves who would rob him. Both of you die.
Unfortunate.
Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Just kids, both of them.
But your killers do right by their fellow dwarves, and bring you here to lay you to rest. As spirits, you fight for eternity, one convinced that the Queen is a tyrant, the other that your treason was wrong.
I want to say something trite, like, can't they just get along? But I know it's not so easy. Nothing is. Especially doing what you think is right.
Side with the brother, the rebellion was a terrible mistake. Side with the sister, you have to stand up for what you believe in, or we could consume the spirits. I'm gonna side with the sister.
You see clearly then. He stood up for her. She stood up for everybody. It's the true measure of a heart. How you treat not those closest to you, but those you've never even met. His was big, but hers was bigger.
I agree.
The sister smiles. She feels vindicated. Her brother still does not agree. The rebellion was a disaster. The rebellion was a mistake that cost them their lives.
Rue that when you stand up for what you believe, you may end up paying a terrible price, then consume the spirit's source all in one go. I'll leave them be. I don't know. I don't know what it does when I consume spirits, you know? Does it destroy them? Keep them from ever going to the Hall of Echoes? Or does it send them there? I don't know. Let's talk to the last spirit of a dwarf.
Watching the birds pick your body clean is almost soothing. At least you know you're doing some good for a creature.
Well, I guess I can see that, yeah. At least you don't go to waste, I suppose.
And it means that elf ain't getting his claws on my corpse.
Shoot her a curious glance. An elf is after her body?
Not mine specifically, but he creeps from grave to sepulchre, taking what he wants. Whatever he wants.
A grim expression passes across her face as she looks out over the graveyard.
The dead don't rest easy in this garden. Not by half.
Ask the spirit who this elf is.
He lives in the big house by the gate. I ain't about to wander up and ask for a name, mind you. The less I see of him, the happier I'll rest.
Okay, so it's Riker. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to take him down.
We are an
let's talk to
inspiration
Featherfall.
to our people.
The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly trained on the stringy morsels of rotting flesh dangling from its beak.
You dare touch Master's gifts. No invitation. Leave now. Leave me and Master alone.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. I mean, I think the narrator said eagle, but it looked more like a vulture, and picking at corpses is more of a vulture thing, so, yeah. I mean, vultures get rid of bodies and all that, in a way. They're kind of like a cleanup crew. Let's see. Where is the treasure? Out here, yes, very good. Let's just go through here. It should be very close. Yeah, right over there it is. Okay.
I've spotted something.
There we go. Let's dig it up. See what's inside. Wonderful. It's flashing footsteps. Fire resistance, pyrokinetic, plus movement, and 17 physical armor. Doesn't require any stat. I'll send it over to Fane, just because he is my mainly pyrokinetic guy. Let's take a look what his boots do. Right, here's the good ones right now. What are your boots like? Sneaking and initiative. And jump back to the top. Let's go to equipment to make that easier to find. Now those give... Right, fire resistance, pyrokinetic, and movement. I think the +2 initiative is probably better. And the armor is better as well. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I have. I think Beast probably also has better boots at this point. Oh, actually not really, no. No, he doesn't. Like, sure, he will have less magical armor, but more physical armor. More fire resistance. His fire attacks, does he have fire attacks? I don't think he has any right now. But initiative would be better. And 12 HP at this level is nothing. I guess, in case he gets a fire spell at some point. There we go. Okay, let's see. There was also this guy I wanted to convince of something, but I don't think my persuasion has increased since then, right?
I've no time for chatter, stranger. There's a young woman in need of my help. Just as soon as I've gathered me thoughts.
Offer to help?
I gave you my answer already. No.
Well, that's unfortunate. Any other entrances or something like that? Back here, maybe? There's a door. Fane. Unlocked, very good. Let's just try to get in there without drawing aggro. I'll quickly save just in case things go horribly wrong, because I don't really want to kill a innocent stranger, or a presumably innocent stranger. Let's run over to the hatch. It's another another thing we have to lockpick. There we go. That's unlocked. Now let's see. Natalie Bromhead. Okay, she isn't a threat stats-wise. You're hungry? What do you need to eat?
Hungry.